Hi, and welcome to Pier 33. It's early April 2013. We're going to spend a few minutes today giving our local boaters, both here at Pier 33 and other folks that boat around St. Joseph, Michigan, some information and some tips for the upcoming season. We're starting out right now in Pier 33's main sales and administrative offices, and behind me is a large rendering of a professional engineering study we had done about a month ago on Morrison Channel in St. Joseph. These lines that you see running across this big grid on the wall are actual very precise depth soundings that were taken in early March so that we could determine that there was enough water in Morrison Channel for our boaters to boat safely. We've kept this on display at our office so that you can visit and take a look at those areas that might be closest to your dock or closest to the area that you'll use to head toward Lake Michigan. And for the large part, everything that you're going to see here in this section of Morrison Channel is plenty deep enough for you to do the boating that you'd like to do. But we would like you to get familiar with what these depths show, and we've also developed a system that's going to help you know how those depth levels change during the season. On a daily basis, once the boating season is really underway, we're going to publish through our Twitter account, we'll tweet it each day, how much the lake has changed since these soundings were taken. And if you're using our blog online, we'd like you, or if you're not, go to pier33boats.blogspot.com. It'll show you how to reach that Twitter feed, and it'll also show you how to compare the readings that you see here on our wall with the information that is available when you get that Twitter feed each day, and that will tell you how the river's going up and down. It might be helpful to you during the season. In any case, if you would, particularly if you're going to be boating through Morrison Channel during the season, please visit our office real soon. I'd be glad to explain to you exactly how this chart would work. In addition, if you would like, I can send this same chart to you by email. It's a big photo file, and parts of it are hard to read, especially these small numbers. But if you'd like to have that as a photo file, it'll be instructions on our blog site. Just contact me by email, and I'll send you the photo file so that you can have it for your own reference. Other information that you'll see when you come visit at Pier 33, for a recent meeting that we had for boaters in our area, we had this full-scale blow-up of some dredging projects that Berrien County has in place that surround the entire recreational boating area in St. Joseph. You'll also be able to see some updates through our blog as to how this project is progressing. At present, we're in early April. The last update that I got yesterday is the county is still waiting for approval of the permit to dredge those areas. And then that's probably going to be arriving by the latter part of April. What I do want to stress to boaters, though, is that this area of Morrison Channel, where Pier 33 property extends, is navigable. It's not an area that needs to be dredged currently. We invested in dredging last year. That's held for this season, even though Lake Michigan has dropped by about 15 inches where it was 12 months ago. So Morrison Channel, as shown through here, and as well as shown on this grid, is a navigable area for you. Areas surrounding other parts of the island that are part of the county plan right now do need to be dredged before you can count on boating through those areas very safely. We're seeing some river rise now that we finally got some April showers, so that's going to help everybody out a little bit. But we need this dredging project to get underway, so we'll help you keep tabs on that as well. We'll take a walk outside in a little bit, and I'll give you a couple of tips for areas that are nearby us that you might want to steer clear of so that you can boat safely during the season. The other thing that you'll find when you come visit with us here in the office, this is also something that will have a link posted on if you're viewing this through our blog spot. This is the Lake Michigan water levels we printed off for March 2013. This is a forecast that's compiled by the Army Corps of Engineers, and it's an update that they publish twice a month. So we'll have a link on our blog spot for you. If you're not already using that link, you'll see it, and we'll tell you what the forecast for the rest of the summer is. And in just a moment, we'll take a walk outside, we'll go by the docks, and I'll show you some things we've done to get ready for this. Alright, right now we're outdoors at the Pier 33 gas dock on Morrison Channel, and there are a couple things about this area of the channel that I really want every boater to know. Pier 33 dredges. We dredge the entire width of the channel where our white docks are. But once you get past Clementine's restaurant area, we only dredge this half of the channel because that's our property area. So when you're approaching our gas dock, particularly where you see the St. Joe Boathouse in the background, you need to stay to this half of the channel because on the other side of the channel there are depths as low as 2 feet and you will run aground. So when you're coming up to the Pier 33 gas dock, stay on this half, the gas dock side of the Morrison Channel, and make your approach to the gas dock that way. When you're ready to leave the gas dock, our handlers, our helpers out here will usually give you a hand as you're coming off. but make sure that you make that a fairly tight turn so that you don't swing off into the shallow areas. Again, once you clear Clementines, to make sure you're in the area of the channel that Pier 33 does dredge and maintain, make sure you're on this half of the channel. The other part that I want boaters to be aware of that really has changed over the last couple of seasons and is critical for this year is when you're looking upriver, up channel on Morrison Channel, that area beyond Pier 33 has not been dredged at all. As you saw maybe on the county plan board, there is a plan to get that dredged, but you really can't take your boat upriver through Morrison Channel or either through the St. Joe River very safely at all right now. So every boater should use caution, and please, fair warning, if you go up through there, you're probably going to end up sucking up some sand. So be extremely careful and don't transit through that area unless you know an exact path that will get you there safely. Right now we've got some heavy river runoff because we've had so much rain during the course of this week, and our river levels will rise slightly during the season, but until that area has been dredged, it's really not a safe place to go boating. We're hopeful that many of our Island Point neighbors will still have enough room to get their boats in and out of their docks so that they can enjoy the summer. But in the meantime, please don't try heading out through Morrison Channel upriver into the St. Joe. We're going to go take a look at some of Pier 33's other docking areas right now, and I'll show you some things that we've done to get ready for the season. Right now we're inside the Pier 33 service office and parts store. And I just want to let you know that one of the items that we came up with this season that was suggested to us is an adaptation that you can put on the end piling on your dock. This is something that we've named the Gel Coat Damage Reducer. And this will actually slip up under the lowest, furthest out piling at the end of your pier. You just slip it up over that piling to give you protection from the metal section of the piling that comes down, cleat it off, and it will actually help protect your boat as you're coming in and out of the dock, especially as the water level has dropped. We don't want to see people sliding under the dock with the shear of their transom or with their swim platforms. So it could save you some scratches during the season. If you'd like to see one in action or pick one up at the ship store, come on in and see our crew, Greg Bellinger, Brenda Kruger, or Steve Cook. We're fabricating these as needed for customers out at the dock, selling them for $50, so it covers our cost of materials and putting them together for you. But it's something that if you decide you'd like that little extra protection at the end of your dock, give it a try. I think it can save you some gel coat work or a couple of scratches during the season. So stop in and talk to our service staff about that. And when we're out of the docks, I'll show you where that might be able to be positioned that could help you. Okay, we're outside at Pier 33's East Marina right now, and I want to let you know, especially for our Pier 33 boaters, some years ago we invested in an adjustable dock system that would allow us to raise and lower the dock as the river and lake level would change. So throughout the marina, before the season started, we took another drop down in our dock heights. We did that so that the boats would be easier to board and so that the dock pilings themselves would actually be closer to the water line to give your boat better protection. In doing that, it will change the amount of steps or the step level that you might have getting up and down to your boat. And the docks have been placed at a consistent level through all of the size ranges. It might mean that your boat is a little higher or a little lower relative to the dock from last season. Just please adjust for that because we've done it in a way that we feel will be best for everybody. Give your boat good protection and will make it easier for you to get on your boat. It's a very nice dock system and it should make the boating season go very well for you. We've done the same thing on the opposite side of the marina. In a moment we'll go over there and I'll show you some things that are particular to our 30 and 35 foot docks that we'd like you to know. Okay, we're over at Pier 33 South Marina, and for our south boaters I want to give you a couple of important tips that will help you protect your boat and get your boat in and out of the dock safely this season. Near our seawall in some sections of the marina there are some old pilings and some old seawall that actually extends out about 3 to 4 feet from the edge of our seawall. So if as you bring your boat into the dock, you might want to set your spring line a little shorter so that you're not nudged up as close to the seawall this year. And as much in the past seasons that we've tried to make sure that everybody's tucked inside the edge of the dock, if you need to let your boat go out 2 or 3 feet beyond the end of the dock to make sure you've got enough room up front, that's okay with us. We want you to make sure that you're able to tie the boat off safely. There should be plenty of depth at the back end of the dock where your drive and the keel is going to be, but right up here by the front edge of the seawall, just be aware there's an area of 3 or 4 feet that may extend out. With the reduced river and lake levels, might have you seeing some pilings, some riprap, or some old seawall that's part of previous construction here that you might see. As long as you're not nudged right up to the bow, your bow is nudged right up to the seawall, or you don't have any other smaller boats that are in there, those shouldn't pose a hazard to you. But if you see a hazard that's in your dock that's going to affect the way that you use your boat, please let us know. But please also make sure that you tie your boat off in the safest way possible. The other thing that I think is important to this area of the marina is I think this is where some of our boaters will really benefit by our ability to reduce the height of the dock. Many of the boats that are in this section of the marina, just pan over here if you want to follow me along. Here's a couple of fellows that just arrived with their boats this week, 25 and 27 footers, and you can notice how the dock is set to their boats. That dock isn't sitting way up out of the water. That's because we're able to adjust the dock to a level that's best for our boaters and allows people to board the boat easily. The other thing, if you remember the other clip that we showed you, the gel coat damage reducer, that's something that can be placed on that far outer piling that will slip up over the metal piling and give you a little extra protective sleeve, so as your boat's coming in and out of the dock, instead of some of that hard metal edge, you'll just have some plastic to rest up above, rest your boat on. So if that's something that'll work for you, stop and see the folks in our service shop. Across the channel from us, on the far bank, there are some areas that are shallow. That's not an area that most boaters would typically go by anyway, but just be aware of that since we've lost about a foot of depth. Just keep in mind, stay off that bank a little bit. The rest of this section of the channel, there's plenty of navigable water. You shouldn't have any depth problems at all. And in closing, I'd just like to say that as boaters get their season underway, if you're not boaters here at Pier 33, make sure that you have a conversation with your marina operator so that those folks that are at that marina can give you tips relative to navigation around those marinas so that you can have a safe season. If you're boaters in general around St. Joseph and you want some information from Pier 33 about what we know about navigating around Marina Island and Morrison Channel and St. Joe River, please stop in, take a look at the soundings and the other renderings that we've got that show you channel areas and river areas that could help you. If you're visiting the St. Joseph area and you're going to use our local ramps, or you need to have information about the best places to go through the harbor around St. Joseph, please feel welcome to stop in and visit us at Pier 33 and use us as a resource. We want to see the dredging programs come off successfully later during the season, during April, as the summer goes on, so that the full perimeter of the island is navigable for everybody that wants to have fun here in town this summer. In the meantime, we're ready for our docks. Our motors will be filling up, but we're just in the early stages of launch, so we've got a lot of people looking forward to having a good time, and we're hoping you're amongst them. If you have any questions, please give us a call at Pier 33. Keep an eye on our blog because we'll try and keep dredging information updated there for you. Again, it's pier33boats.blogspot.com. We'll try and keep as much information updated on there that will help you have a good season. Thanks for watching, and have